Y'all. It's been so long. Um, it's been too long, truthfully. Today I am back with a prank. Not really a prank. I'm not gonna say a prank, but some interesting content. So today's video, I'm going to go over to my dad and my mom's house, or my parents' house, and my eyelash keeps sticking. I'm gonna go over to my parents' house, and essentially, I'm gonna tell my dad that I'm just gonna have like a regular conversation with him about dad things, but I'm gonna end up asking him uncomfortable questions. So we're gonna see how this all pans out. So before we even get into the video, y'all, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. I'm talking low because I don't want my nosy kids to come in here and wonder what I'm doing. But I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe because this is about to be epic. Don't mind my hair, y'all. I have a wedding to go to on Tuesday. Today is Sunday. I'm gonna get myself together. Just anyhow, just stay tuned, y'all. This is gonna be interesting. What's going on, y'all? It's been forever, but we're back. Today we're gonna do like a story time type of thing with my dad. So this is Stan.
So,
So today, basically, what I'm really gonna do is just ask him like regular, dad questions. But before we start, we're gonna have us a nice little shot.
Yes. To your sister.
To my sister who claims I never drink dark. Family. Oh no.
Yeah.
Light is usually my thing. Tequila or vodka. Preferably tequila. Anyway, I came prepared with some questions for him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions.
That I have
So,
not seen in advance.
That he has not. So this is going to be his raw reaction, everybody. So
take it or leave it.
So he's basically just going to answer these questions as honest as he possibly can, regardless of the question. And we'll just go from there. Ready? So my first question is, what was some things that made your job as a dad hard?
Having girls. With boys, it's not so easy. With girls, you tend to worry about them more. Especially being a man, you know what most men is about or not about. So it's hard, the worrying, the constant worrying, making sure you make the right steps, make sure you listen to me and your mom's advice, and just generally worrying is hard, you know. We do it because I do it because I'm a father, but that's the hardest part, just worrying every day.
The everyday worrying.
The everyday worrying that you will find the right one, somebody I ain't have to
pull that.
Somebody that's good enough for you that we won't have no issues. I don't have to worry about, them, the way they treat you. Even though I know you don't take no shit. She definitely don't. But that's the most thing. That you find the right guy, right relationship. Other than that, it's just everyday worrying.
Okay. The next one is, what was the most challenging thing raising daughters? It's sort of similar to the other question, but
yeah. One of the challenges is having a boy, especially with me. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. It's a lot easier with a boy. You can kind of let them go, on their own, not on their own, but you don't worry as much about. So it's challenging with minds, just getting them to understand, getting them to hear me, getting them to. I don't have to convince them because they know I'm going to do right by them. But because they're so grown, you're about your business and your family. It's a little harder now to say, look, this shouldn't be, or you should, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To give advice. Some is harder than others. But you know, that's a challenge. That's a challenge.
So my next question is, you have to answer it. If you had to have kids all over again, oh sorry, if you had to have kids all over again, would you choose to have all boys, or would you choose to have girls and boys? Would you choose to just have all girls? Like, what would your preference
Definitely
be?
not. I definitely wouldn't change a thing because I love having a boy, preferably him being the oldest to help me protect you guys.
Hmm.
But
Even though he act like he the oldest
he,
now.
he definitely do. He definitely thinks he's the oldest, which I appreciate in some ways. I don't see him, you know, step over the line. But I love having girls because you can spoil them and treat them in ways that you can't do a boy. You know what I mean? You know, me and my son, we say we love each other and things like that. But with y'all, you know, I love you, we kiss every day. You know what I mean? It's different. It's, you know, it's growing up, holding y'all like, you know what I mean? It's just totally different feeling.
What was your honest thought when you found out about your daughters having sex?
Let me tell you, with you, I kind of knew. I kind of figured out. You know what I mean? Because you and Carlos going together for a long time. So, I mean, me being a man, the average man ain't going to stick around years and months and, you know what I mean, he's not being pleased, you know? But when it kind of hit was when you told me you was pregnant. That's, although I kind of knew in the back of my head when you told
Just
me
the
you was
realization
pregnant,
of it, or
hit me like a ton of bricks.
he actually, I think you like take off of work and drove around in the morning drinking like Hennessy or something, driving around,
No, I went to work. You called and told me
and then you
in
left or
front of my
something.
job, and I called in front of my job and said I can't make it in the day, and went home and got a bottle and just drove. It blew my mind. It blew my mind.
I feel like with dads, like when you're first telling them that you're pregnant, I just feel like, because I literally was like, I stood outside their room door and was like, all right, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say it. Then I'm like, no. And then I actually told my mom to not say nothing to you yet until I actually went and took the test. To like went to the doctor and, you know, you get your whole workup or whatever. But she still ended up saying something, or either made me tell you or something like that.
Which is the test to how much respect you had for me as your father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where you probably didn't want to disappoint me.
That's the
you know?
thing. Yeah.
And I was not that I didn't think that you can handle motherhood, but you know, you're never ready for a father. I mean, believe it to me, you still be single. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just that, like, that's taking on a whole new, you know what I mean, going through what I went through, worrying, and, you know, it was all of the world. She's a good mom. She's a great mom.
Do you ever think on birthdays or holidays, like Valentine's Day, damn, my daughter's probably about to have sex?
No, I don't think about that. On your honeymoon, Valentine's, I just block it out. I really
As a
do.
dad.
I really do. I just block it out and like he gonna do something nice for her, or they, you know, they gonna go do something nice, and I leave it as that. And I can know the details. They're going to Jamaica. They going to. In the back of my head, I'm like, if me and your mom went to Jamaica. You know?
Oh my God, Dad.
Well, you asked. But I don't even think about that. I can't think about that. You know, in my head, it's disrespectful to even think that way. You know.
Oh, a little weirdish, a little.
Weird, yeah, not disrespectful, weird, yeah, totally weird.
So, what was the most embarrassing moment from any of your children?
I honestly can't think of one. Embarrassing.
In any
Like
way,
you
any way.
embarrassed me, or you was embarrassing,
Well,
like embarrassed yourself in front of me, or made me embarrassed.
where you
I was
felt
never-
embarrassed as a
I was
parent
never, I can honestly say.
from actions or something like
honestly
that.
say I was never embarrassed. Let down sometime. You know, not what I expected, or you know, I expected more at that point. But never embarrassed. I was never embarrassed about y'all. I respect y'all and hope y'all, I know y'all not embarrassed about me. I'm not embarrassed about nothing y'all do, I wouldn't, sometimes you wanted to whoop ass, I didn't want you to. It wasn't embarrassed, it was like, oh my goodness, she about to, tear shit up and like not here, not, you know what I mean?
In fact, after some of my fights, he used to pick me up from school when I got suspended, and we used to circle the block to look for that BITCH.
Right is right. I don't want to see a fight, but we can't let one go.
Even though I ain't lose none of them.
Not one. Boys and girls.
Yes, boys and girls. Which of your children do you think is more like you, and who do you think is more like mommy?
Shantae, it's funny. It's funny because her and my middle girl,
Sheree.
Shantae.
Shantae is the second dad.
She's the middle girl.
She's the second. I'm first. She's second. Sheree's the middle girl. Oh, the middle girl. Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted.
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Shantae, I would say, is like us in terms of like being a homebody, or me like in terms of like more like me in terms of being a homebody. You and your brother's a little laid back. Like don't mess with him, but he's laid back. You and Sheree, if somebody walk by you and look the wrong way, y'all ready to go.
I'm not truthfully like that no more. I think Sheree's more like how I used to be, honestly speaking. I feel like I'm a little bit more calm. Yeah, when I was that age.
You evolve. The kids getting bigger, so you got to set up that example. But as a whole, you got that fire from your mother. My wife, she don't take no smack.
She don't.
She don't. Not that I do, but I'm I can be a little more understanding,
reasoning, and avoid the confrontation, and
not necessarily avoid it. Well,
I would say avoid it.
Try to avoid it. I'm like a raccoon. Don't push me into a corner. But yeah, in that sense. Let's flip it. You finished with your question?
I am.
Now I'm just coming off the head, but I'm gonna ask you now. What was the most, other than pregnancy, but I know that, what was the most thing that you have told me that you had to fight and battle with to tell me or admit to me?
That's a good question. Aside from pregnancy, I would say like so every relationship or marriage goes through hard times or like arguments or whatever cases. I feel like coming to you and telling you me and him are back and forth or we're arguing whatever, because I don't want it to be like okay, we down the line get back together or get back together because we've broken up, get back together or we're cool again, and then he comes around and then it's kind of like weird vibes, so it was sometimes hard to even come and say that we actually were back and forth or something of that sort.
And that's understandable. That's why most people say you should never tell family and friends about the hardship that you had in a relationship, because when you let it go, they're
not going to.
And me as a father, I even when you're saying I'm cool and things are right, to me, I can't let go of that mishap or whatever it is.
I mean, understandably so, as a parent or a dad,
How, like, if there's a situation and your husband, you have to make a choice. I don't mean life or death or nothing like that. Say a situation's going on and you got my advice and I'm advising you against something that your husband, Ricardo, is against. How hard would that be to is it like forget my dad, or not forget my dad, but like this is my spouse, this is my partner, I gotta go with him?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it sometimes like I know my dad knows best?
That's a great question, actually, because there has been times where I've gone to you about something and gone to him too, and as granted, that's my husband. Sometimes I would go with what you say, you know, because I feel like maybe because you're more experienced, not experienced, well, yeah, experienced. You know, you're older, so you kind of you're wiser in certain things, and I don't know. I just, not that I can't rely on my husband's.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Husband versus
Yeah,
dad.
but there's times where I do, you know, go with his opinion, you know, or his advice or his suggestion, and then there's times where I would go like with yours. That's a good question.
So, my next question. I've seen videos that I didn't want to see.
Oh my god.
You brought it up. So, and I know in terms of if she mistakenly, as old as she is, she's a family woman, not calling you all, 5 kids, she's her own woman, she still has enough respect for us not to curse in front of us. So there'll be times that you say, you know, you curse shit, something, sorry dad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So how comfortable or uncomfortable with like, because I've seen videos or pictures that I don't even want to comment on. Suppose I did say, you know, this or when the last time you were, you know, like how uncomfortable would that make you?
It would be weird.
Yeah.
It'll be weird.
I mean, I wouldn't. Hey, you know, like,
it just would be weird. Like, truthfully, I was calling before this video. I sat in my car and I was talking to Sheree, and I'm like, I need some like weird questions. And even me and her together was like, yo, this is weird to even ask or even talk about with dad, because like it's just weird. But I knew it made for great content, so I did it.
oh, these questions there?
Yeah.
Those is easy.
I mean, just to like,
Those is easy.
I mean, I didn't really want to get too, you know, much, and then they yellow me or red me, and I don't get paid for these videos. But same time, you know, still kind of testing the waters a little bit.
Okay. Let me draw up another one for you, because you have a lot of questions for me. Say me and your mom. Now I know you respect me and your mother as a whole. Respect your mother, and I know mom's is first. But say we got into it and we had to separate. How would that relationship be? You know what I mean? Say your mother, 'cause you know I would never do your mother. You know, I wouldn't disrespect her. You know. But say she thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
How quick would you be to say, let me hear my dad's side, or automatically?
I feel like, you know,
She's
something.
counseling you, I'm counseling you.
Truthfully speaking, right?
And I have to say, I know my girls love me, and I know they'll be by my side, so I'm not taking from them. But just as a whole, down, like we separated for some time, you know what I mean?
So I feel like I'm fair, and I would like to hear your side. I'd actually be more intrigued to see like what possessed you to even go down that route.
See that you automatically making it my
No,
fault.
I'm not making it your fault. But if
Maybe
this is the if this
maybe
is,
she went down that route.
but you said if she thought I did, you know, essentially like if she thought you stepped out. So I'm gonna use that scenario. So in that case, I feel like I'm gonna be fair, and I want to know your side. I want to hear your side. I feel like I'm gonna want to hear your side and maybe try to like, I don't know, do like a group meeting type of thing. I don't know, just something to kind of help rectify it. Whereas I feel like with Sheree, if she think you doing something, she's certainly gonna get right back to mommy. Remember the other day she said you wasn't answering the phone, and she was about to call. He wasn't answering her calls because he was on the phone with my other sister, And Sheree,
while at work,
Sheree called him 3 times back to back, and he ignored it because he was talking to Shantae. And she just thought, like, who were you talking to this early in the morning? This is maybe like 7 something in the morning. Her thing was, why are you not answering me? And who are you talking to this early in the morning where you can't answer me? And her next step was, if he didn't answer that call, she was about to call my mom and let my mother know that he's on the phone with somebody early in the morning.
When I hung up, I called her back, and she said, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you called me, because I was just getting ready to dial mommy and ask why you not on the phone.
So that, yeah, I feel like she would be more inclined to go with whatever mommy said. If mommy said you cheated, Dad, my mom said you cheated. I feel like I'm fair. Shantae, I don't know, like, she's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know.
Middle.
Yeah.
In the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
So, say you and Ricardo got divorced. How would you feel if because of the relationship I have with him and talk with him and know, how would you feel him still coming to the house, we, taking shots together and like that?
I mean,
or is it like, if I ain't messing with him, you can't mess with him?
Well, no, because we've been together almost 18 years, married for 14, so I don't expect him to not come around. I guess it would depend on the circumstances of us being divorced, because if it's something like infidelity or something like that, then you are not welcome at nothing, like, at all.
Well, I don't necessarily mean at parties. I would expect that.
So like a regular night to come and chill and hang?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I'm not there, like, if I'm not there, that's fine. That's y'all. I'm not gonna come in between the bros, but I think that's.
They're gonna get a little hotter.
Oh God.
Not much left. Because again, I'm coming up. How like your early boyfriends and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you didn't want me to know that you having sex or anything. And I'm not even gonna ask. But like, would it have embarrassed you, like if I found out or I knew, or you felt like it was disappointing, or would it have been like, I got a boyfriend, these things happen, knowing that I would be hurt and be devastated. Even now, to know what early age it was your first time, it's always too early. 30 is too early for my daughters.
I don't think it would be more. I don't think I'll be embarrassed. I feel like that's still on that. Like I feel like that still will fall under the umbrella of disappointment. Like, obviously that's the inevitable. Your child, girl or boy, is eventually going to have sex, but I just think it's a little bit more disappointing for a dad to hear that his daughter is actually participating in those type of actions.
Is there any situation that you would go see your brother more than your sister?
It would have to depend on the situation, but for the most part, I usually go to Sheree. And if it's an emergency where I would need babysitting, even though Sheree don't like babysitting nobody kids, I feel like if she knows it's an emergency or it's something serious, I feel like she would. I mean, if it's serious, Shantae would, I feel like, babysit or something. But like relationship, if it's money, if it's, we need to go check homegirl, we need to go anything, I feel like Sheree would be that person. Buddha, I don't know, I very seldom go to Buddha for things. I don't know, the rapport and the chemistry is a little bit weird there. Not weird, but like, it's just different. So I normally would go to Sheree. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for our story time with Dad, Stan. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys can also, in the comment section, just put in ideas of things that you would like us to talk about, or other video ideas as well. But stay tuned for more pranks, more story time, more fun content. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all, and turn on your post notifications.